Coming up on CitrusTV News, Syracuse University now knows why 4 fire alarms in Lawrenson recently went off throughout the night. We'll tell you what happened.
President Trump is on his way back from Puerto Rico. Find out what he said to local officials after touring the damage.
And a controversial Middle Eastern leader died today. CitrusTV News starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
It's the second day of Mental Health Awareness Week. Good evening, I'm Federico.
And I'm Elissa Candiotti. The week is focused on educating people about the illness, fighting stigma, and providing support to those in need.
Syracuse University is hosting its second annual Mental Health Awareness Week. CitrusTV reporter Sabrina Majori is live outside of the Shine Student Center. Sabrina.
Yeah, so this is the second annual Student Mental Health Awareness Week here at SU. It's a cross-campus collaboration between various university offices and organizations, including the Student Association, the Office of Health Promotion, and the Counseling Center here at SU. The events kicked off yesterday on the quad, and they're continuing today behind me at the Shine Student Center in Jabberwocky Cafe.
Is this week part of larger efforts to raise awareness of mental health issues on campus?
Yeah, so it's certainly part of a larger effort to raise awareness of these issues. SA Vice President Angie Patty actually campaigned on this advocacy and awareness, so we're going to see a continued push for advocacy throughout the remainder of this year.
Thank you so much, Sabrina. Mental Health Awareness Week continues tomorrow with Send Silence Packing Day.
Thousands of people at Syracuse University and the surrounding neighborhoods lost power this afternoon. The National Grid reported over 3,000 people did not have power. The Syracuse Fire Department and police are investigating a report of downed wires on Buckingham Avenue. The Grid estimated that power was restored around 2 p.m. Syracuse University found that fire alarms went off in Lawrenson Hall on Friday, and they were intentionally activated. The alarms began shortly after midnight and continued through the following morning. Fire officials performed sweeps of certain floors to find the culprits. The minimum sanction for a false alarm is suspension from the university.
Basically, no one really knows who set them off, but we know it was intentionally, and there was 4 back-to-back. I went down for every one of them, and less people started just not going down, so that's how we kind of knew it was intentional. A lot of people were very upset, and yelling and screaming, so it's very annoying, but it is what it is. It's Lawrenson's rep, so.
A group of SU faculty are hosting a teach-in tonight to discuss race-related issues following the violence in Charlottesville last month. The panel of faculty will be led by Kishi Ducray, an associate professor of African American Studies. The event is set to begin tonight at 7 p.m. in Watson Theater.
In honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the Onondaga County Health Department is offering free mammograms. Eligible candidates are women between the ages of 40 and 64 without health insurance. The health department wants to make it easier for women to get tested. These services are available at healthcare providers throughout Syracuse. Newhouse professor Tula Goenka will travel to Los Angeles this fall to go behind the scenes at Hollywood. Goenka was selected to participate in the Television Academy Foundation's faculty seminar program. The 25 selected professors across the country will discuss issues related to the television and film business and receive private studio tours. The Newhouse School is hosting a series of events today in honor of the 4th annual News Engagement Day. The school partnered with a group specializing in journalism to create the event. This year's theme is No News is Bad News. The day will end with a public event at 6:30 tonight featuring guest speakers.
On Sunday, magazine giant Samuel I. Newhouse Jr., son of the Newhouse School's namesake, passed away. CitrusTV reporter Jenna Babyak takes a look at the family's impact. Jenna?
S.I. Newhouse Jr. was 89 years old when he died. I spoke with faculty members at the Newhouse School about his legacy at SU and his influence in the news industry.
He will always be associated with kind of the golden age of magazines.
To most, he was the famous owner of The New Yorker, Vogue, and Vanity Fair, who turned Condé Nast into a magazine powerhouse.
He had an understanding of what readers wanted.
But to students and faculty at SU, SI Newhouse Jr. was a member of the family responsible for turning the Newhouse School into a top-ranking school of communications.
All these things have been possible because of the support of the Newhouse family.
Over the years, the Newhouse family has donated millions of dollars to fund construction and innovation. In 1964, SI Newhouse Sr. officially inaugurated the Newhouse Communications Complex in Newhouse 1. Back then, the school was only 1/3 of what it is now. Newhouse 2 opened 10 years later in 1974, and Newhouse 3 opened in 2007. Newhouse Jr. hired some of the most glamorous magazine editors of the century, but those who knew him say that Newhouse himself was very introverted.
He was a famously kind of quirky and shy individual.
His humility showed in the interest he took in his employees.
He was interested in my thoughts about the business and about the school.
He was always very supportive of his editors.
The Newhouse family will continue to support the students at the Newhouse School. Jenna Babyak, CitrusTV News.
Dean Branham says that the faculty will be planning something soon with the Newhouse family to honor SI Newhouse Jr. But she says right now they're giving the family time to grieve.
Well, last week was too hot, the weekend was too cold, but now it's just right.
Oh man, Josh, the weather that we finally want is here. We've been waiting for it. How long will it stick around?
Yeah, guys, it is a beautiful day today, 77 degrees. I mean, it felt like 77, not a lot of wind, not a lot of clouds. Just what I'm looking for, at least. You can still wear your shorts. And into tonight, it's going to be a little bit chillier. About 55 degrees is the low tonight. But tomorrow morning, it's going to stay at around 55 degrees. It's not going to get that much warmer. So some clouds will be moving in throughout the morning. And it's going to be overall a chilly morning. I'm going to let you know Wednesday's weather is not going to be anything like you expected. Stay tuned.
Thanks so much, Josh. Coming up on Citrus TV News, the House and Senate held hearings for a recent scandal and a controversial repeal today.
And the U.S. responds to growing controversy around attacks on its diplomats. We'll be right back.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Rebecca Castor, Josh Rosenblatt, and David Edelstein with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
The The Senate Judiciary Committee was in session today to discuss President Trump's repeal of DACA.
Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley said that potential legislation aiding affected individuals should not be connected to funding for border security. The House Homeland Security Committee will discuss border security funds this Thursday. Former Equifax CEO Richard Smith testified before Congress today. Smith stepped down on September 26th following a massive breach that affected close to 150 million Americans.
He told members of Congress that hackers exploited a previously known network of vulnerability. His testimony marks the beginning of a congressional investigation into the breach. President Trump has departed Puerto Rico after visiting the island today to meet with victims of Hurricane Maria. Before touring the damage, the president met with officials assisting the relief effort.
Trump praised local officials for their response effort, but was not complimentary to the strain the disaster put on the United States budget.
Now, I hate to tell you, Puerto Rico, but you've thrown our budget a little out of whack because we've spent a lot of money on Puerto Rico, and that's fine. We've saved a lot of lives.
Cuban government officials have 7 days to evacuate 15 members from their embassy in Washington. American officials announced that the embassy staff was being cut.
State Department officials say that the decision was made due to the failure of the Cuban government to protect American diplomats in Cuba. Cuban officials called the decision hasty. The vice president of Ecuador is behind bars tonight following a judge's order. Jorge Glass has been accused of widespread corruption and was previously awaiting trial outside of custody.
Yesterday, a judge approved the prosecutor's request to hold Glass on the grounds that he was allegedly accepting bribes related to his trial.
And we have breaking news tonight. Catalonia plans on declaring independence from Spain in a matter of days. Just minutes ago, the region's leader Carles Puigdemont made the announcement, but the Spanish king deems Catalans' vote illegal.
Just over 2 hours ago, King Felipe addressed the nation and rejected the Catalan vote. He also added that the Catalan society is fractured and called for unity in Spain. The announcement comes in response to protests that broke out today throughout the region. Jalal Talabani, the former president of Iraq, has died today at 84. He served as president of the Middle Eastern nation from 2005 until 2014.
He assumed power after the overthrow of Saddam Hussein. Talabani died in Germany, where he was brought due to his deteriorating health.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Beautiful, sunny, 77 today. Tomorrow, it's a little bit more of a tale of two cities, if I'm going to be quite honest. The morning, it's going to be in the low 50s. About 9 a.m., it's going to be about 60 degrees, so chilly, and it's going to be chilly throughout the morning. The high of 81 tomorrow, sure. 75 around noon, 74 around 6 p.m. It's not going to stay 81 too often because Wednesday evening, it's going to start raining a lot, like thunderstorms. Thunderstorms are going to start at around 5. They're going to continue all throughout the night. It's going to be around 78 degrees, so it's not going to be too chilly, but it's still going to be raining, and that really makes me upset. So I'll be adding to that water coming down with my tears. But across the nation, we had a little bit of a heat coming in throughout the past couple days. Warm weathers are coming up from Florida and the deep south, and now coming towards us right over here. But it's going to be passing through in the next day or so. Tomorrow is probably the highest we're about to see. But around the area, 77 today, pretty nice. Some places dropped into the low 60s. We had Ithaca at around 71, Cortland around 68. And Rochester all around 74, so pretty nice day. And then moving into our 5-day weather forecast, 77 today, 80 tomorrow, like I said. The rest of the week, it's going to start to cool off. 72 on Thursday, 67 on Friday. That's more like what we're used to seeing for October weather. And then on Saturday, it's going to be around 75 degrees, but varying weather, some rain throughout the week, which we haven't seen in a while.
I'm okay without the rain. I'm happy with the sunshine, but today it was just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So tomorrow, what exactly should we expect?
Yeah, so if you're going to be back in your dorm or wherever you live by 5 p.m., you probably don't really need a raincoat or an umbrella or anything like that. But if you're going to be out past then, I'd say bring it for the day. If you're leaving early in the morning, the rain's still coming, might even come a little bit early.
Homecoming game on Saturday, of course. Football plays in a dome, but I have to walk there. What should I expect?
Sure. So it's going to be low 70s, a little bit high 60s. It looks like it's just going to be cloudy for the homecoming game, so all the alumni coming back, the big football game of the season. Hopefully you won't have to wipe your feet off when you get inside the dome.
Hopefully not. And we've seen, hurricane after hurricane this year. It was very difficult to watch, but do you feel like it's kind of calmed down now? Are we done?
Sure, yeah. As of now, it looks like the hurricanes are done with these cool temperatures starting to come in, especially down south. It's starting to cool off. The hurricanes need that warm weather to create, and it looks like they should be done for now.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh.
Of course.
Coming up on Citrus TV News, more Nobel Prizes were awarded today in Sweden. Find out who received today's award.
And a rock legend passed away early this morning. Citrus TV News will be right back.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. Yeah, we're getting so wet.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV Newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
3 U.S. professors from MIT and the California Institute of Technology won the Nobel Prize in Physics today. Their discovery of gravitational waves came in February of last year. The waves were recorded when 2 massive black holes collided. This validates Einstein's prediction a century ago. And the future may be bright for General Motors and its newest vehicles. Yesterday, the automaker revealed plans for 2 new electric vehicles in the next 18 months. GM recently launched the Chevrolet Bolt EV, a mass-market electric vehicle. The manufacturer plans to have 20 vehicles by 2023.
An antique Chinese bowl went for $38 million today. The 900-year-old bowl sets a record for Chinese porcelain. An anonymous bidder from Hong Kong bought the piece. The bowl is famous for its ice crackle finish from the kilns of Razoo. Only 6 ceramics from Razoo have been sold since 1940. Walmart has announced that it will be launching a same-day delivery service. This comes after the company acquired Parcel, a service that offers 24-hour-a-day delivery. Walmart plans on using this to help their new program. It will be limited to New York at first, but they plan on expanding in the future to compete with rival Amazon.
Celebrities continue to honor the victims of Sunday's Las Vegas attack. Katy Perry took the stage of Madison Square Garden last night, where she paid tribute to those victims. The pop star took a break from her show to provide a message of hope and resilience. Perry also paid tribute to the victims on Twitter Monday morning. And the music world has officially lost a legend. Tom Petty died Monday after suffering from cardiac arrest at a Los Angeles hospital. The singer was 66 years old when he passed away at his home in Malibu. Petty and the Heartbreakers just finished their summer tour at the Hollywood Bowl last week. The 40th anniversary tour included a stop near Toronto And back in 1991, Tom Petty played at the Syracuse War Memorial.
Coming up in sports, not one, but two record-breaking wideouts for the Syracuse football team. That could lead to some friendly competition, but the Orange's coach says it's actually more of a bromance. Plus, October baseball finally here, and Game 1 goes down tonight in the Bronx. Don't touch that remote.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News. I'm Drew Carter. In the Syracuse offense, there's plenty of room for two superstar wide receivers. Irv Phillips piled up 17 receptions last week at NC State. That's not just a school record, it's an ACC record too. On the season, he ranks second in the nation with 44 catches, right behind his teammate, Steve Ishmael, who has 51. Could be some friendly competition between the two seniors, but SU head coach Jenna Babyak says they're just two peas in a pod.
Oh, they're an item off the field. They're like big brother, little brother taking care of each other. But, those guys are really cool. They're really good friends. I think they do a nice job with the young freshmen that are in the group, trying to give them the right work ethic and leave us with the right mental attitude for when these guys graduate 6-7 games from now, that receiving corps kind of carries on the tradition that Amba started last year and what those two guys are doing this year.
Babers and company back in the Carrier Dome this week for the Orange's first home game of the ACC slate. Pittsburgh comes to town for a rematch of last year's season finale. That game was pretty fun, a 76-61 win for the Panthers, with that total of 137 points, setting a new FBS record. This year's battle is set for Saturday at 12:30. And the Syracuse men's soccer team hits the pitch in about half an hour. The Orange comes home after a two-game road trip for a date with Akron tonight. SU split the pair of tilts away from home. First, a 2-0 win over Colgate, followed up by a 2-1 loss against ACC rival Pittsburgh. And tonight, it's those Zips who make the trip to Central New York. They're coming in red hot. Akron hasn't lost in over a month, with 5 wins and a tie since September 1st. That includes a 4-1 W over #1 Michigan State. Kickoff between the Orange and Zips is scheduled for 7 o'clock. A couple Syracuse tennis players are in Los Angeles tonight. Gabriela Knutson and Miranda Ramirez begin competition in the 2017 Riviera ITA Women's All-American Championships. Knutson, a junior, is ranked as the number 38 player in the country. The sophomore Ramirez comes in at number 59. Both players qualified for the singles draw, and they'll compete together in doubles. And the Syracuse Crunch opens the season this weekend, and one of the best players from last year's team is back on the roster. Today, the Tampa Bay Lightning reassigned Corey Conacher to the AHL. Conacher carried the Crunch all the way to the Calder Cup finals last year. The 27-year-old led the league with 28 points in the playoffs. And we're less than 2 hours away now from playoff baseball. Tonight, the Yankees host the Twins in a win-or-go-home American League wildcard game. New York is back in the postseason after missing out in 3 of the last 4 seasons. Minnesota, on the other hand, is the first team in MLB history to make the playoffs the year after they lost 100 games. The Bombers and Twins have met in the postseason 4 times in the last 15 years, and New York has won every single matchup. In this battle, Luis Severino gets the ball for New York. Irvin Santana takes the mound for Minnesota. And in basketball, major changes coming to the NBA All-Star Game. Forget about conferences. The players are not separated by East and West anymore. Instead, team captains, decided by a fan vote, choose teams of 12 playground style. The fans still pick 5 starters from each conference, but they can play for either side regardless of which conference they're from, guys. And I think that's a very fun change. And another change I like, Connor, that haircut. It looks pretty good, man.
Thank you. Right back at you, Drew. Between us, 2 haircuts today and 2 playoff teams.
Exactly. Yep.
I got the Yankees. You have the Twins. Give me your bold prediction.
Okay, here's the deal. I can't make a prediction because either way, though, it's pretty much a win for me because the Twins, we're just happy to be here for Minnesota sports fans. But if the Twins actually do win against the Yankees, you and all the other Yankees fans here in Central New York are going to be hearing from me quite a bit in the next couple of weeks.
I can't deal with that.
We can't afford that. And, you know, how are we expecting? How do we think the Orange are going to do against Pittsburgh this weekend? Big homecoming game. We want it to be good.
Yeah, you know, Elissa, this is pretty much a must-win for Syracuse if the Orange wants to make a bowl game. The ACC slate is a gauntlet over these last couple of weeks, and Pittsburgh's a game you got to win. I think the Orange gets the job done in the Dome.
Thank you so much, Drew. Citrus TV News. We'll be right back.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent. We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you. Josh, you said it's going to be in the 50s tomorrow, at least early in the morning. So how is it going to be for the rest of the day?
And at about 11:30 noon, it's going to get up past the 70s, but it's going to be a very chilly morning, if I'm going to be quite honest.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about that cold. It isn't time for me to pack my shorts up yet, is it?
Connor, I might have some bad news for you. Tomorrow it's going to get to 80, but Sunday it's going to get also to 79. But all of next week, it's going to rain. So you might want to swap those shorts for some rain boots or something like that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Thanks so much, Josh.
Of course.
And while we might never be able to make fetch a thing, fans of Mean Girls can fetch some tickets today. Tickets for the Broadway adaptation of the 2004 hit Mean Girls went on sale today.
The play will be written by Tina Fey and stars a recent SU alum, Cheech Manahar, who will be playing Kevin G. The show officially opens up in March of 2018.
That's awesome.
I'm getting my tickets.
All right, well, that's all for Citrus TV News tonight. I'm Connor Federico.
And I'm Elissa Candiotti. Have a great evening, Syracuse.